Thank you, Norma. Okay, question 10. So this is a sort of phone a friend moment, but actually we have a friend in the room. And this is Harsh, who's a student at Valley Gardens Middle School, who's got a question, which I'm actually going to throw out to the entire panel because it does not involve Brexit, you'll be glad to know. So Harsh, what is your question?
My question would be, because...
Do you want the mic, Harsh?
You've got the question.
Oh, sorry.
Questions, you have the only one.
I've got the only copy, right, okay. Harsh's question, and it's a very good one, is, this is for the whole panel, so I'll go starting from Robin and running down the table. Will it be better or worse to live in North Tyneside in 10 years' time, and why? So you either have to say better or worse. I think I can guess what you're all going to say, and then give me a very succinct reason why it might be better or worse, starting with Robin.
Of course it's going to be better. So from my point of view, in terms of the work I do, one of the things that excites me is that young people are now the age group that are most likely to get involved in volunteering and are increasingly passionate about finding new ways to tackle problems and change the world. So hopefully, probably thanks more to you than necessarily to us, 10 years' time, even better than it is already.
Okay. Karen.
Right, that was a tricky question, wasn't it? We're all going to say better, I hope anyway, but yes, definitely better for lots of reasons. Combined authority was mentioned before. I think that's going to be a huge thing for the borough and for the whole region. But also, I think it's going to be better because of you. You're the ones that are asking these really important and really exciting questions. It just shows the passion that you've got for what you want to do with yourselves, what you want to do for the area, what you want to do with the region. So whilst I know some of you won't quite be in the working age in 10 years' time, but some of you will be. So I think you guys are a part of what we are looking to do in the next 10 years. So yeah, it's got to be better with you lot out there on our side. So thank you.
Great stuff, very positive. Councillor Early.
Yes, I also think that North Tyneside will be a better place in 10 years' time. We're doing a lot to make it a better place already, but there's still a lot we can do. And as Robin, the panelists have said, in 10 years' time, a lot of it will be down to you, and you've already made a great start by engaging with voluntary organisations. You're all here today talking about issues that are relevant to you, so that's really positive, really encouraging that as you walk, grow towards adulthood and go off to university, I hope you'll come back to the region and help to develop the region and help to make North Tyneside an even better place.
Norma, are you up to it?
I'm going to make this quick. I have to tell you, I wouldn't do this job if I didn't think things are going to get better. And I think North Tyneside is a great place to live, mainly because we have some great young people who will help us to take this place forward. We have some fantastic businesses who are working closely with us. And we have some fantastic staff who have a great pride in being part of North Tyneside, and a wonderful voluntary sector, to be quite honest, who work very closely with you, and have met with us rather. And I'm so pleased to be in a borough where all these people work together with one aim, and that aim is to make North Tyneside the best place to work, to live, and enjoy their leisure. So, all right.
We're very lucky to have a very resilient mayor who can manage to keep going despite against the odds. Heidi.
Okay, I already think North Tyneside is a great place to live. I live in North Tyneside, I work in North Tyneside, my children go to school in North Tyneside, and I think we really need to value what we've got, and we've got a great kind of host of resources, whether it be the coast, our parks, our open spaces, and we're really fortunate. In public health, I spend the majority of my time looking at data that either looks backwards by 10 years or does projections forward in 10 years. And what I know from the data that I've got available to me about young people today is, on the whole, they're a lot more sensible and responsible than their parents and the generations that went before them, particularly in things like smoking and alcohol. And they're two of the big things that have impacted on the health of the population of North Tyneside. So basically, if, you know, the people who are sitting here and the rest of the young people in North Tyneside continue with sensible approaches around smoking and alcohol, the whole population in 10 years will be healthier, and that will also make North Tyneside to be a better place to live.
Councillor Hodson.
Well, of course we all hope so, but my goodness, there's a lot of challenges. But I'm really hopeful in the combined authority. It's been mentioned before, but I do think that's going to send us into a new era of success. I think Brexit too, it's very challenging at the moment and no one's quite sure where we're going to, but I'm hoping very much that we'll get as a nation greater independence and greater say over what we do, and I'm hopeful that will lead to improvements within the 10-year period. I think climate change, we had a marvellous summer, haven't we? And I just wonder if we're going to have more like that. That'll be quite nice. Another thing, just think about, over the last quite a few years now, the educational results coming out of schools have been improving year on year, and I think that's something we should really celebrate. So there's lots of challenges, but I think there's lots of reasons to be hopeful that things will be better in the future.
Thank you, Councillor. Sergeant Brady.
I think it'll be better as well. I was going to say words, but I don't. I genuinely think it will be better. I think there's lots of things going on across the whole area with business and leisure to try and improve. From a policing point of view, we're evolving, technology is evolving, we're having to restructure the way we do things, train and learn more complicated ways of dealing with things, because life is more complicated now with the internet and things like that, but we're getting there. We are still one of the safest boroughs in the country to live in and work in, and I still believe in 10 years' time we will be as well.
Thank you very much. Harsh, you asked this question. You probably had an answer in your head. The lady with the microphone is heading your way. So, do you think it'll be better or worse to live in North Tyneside in 10 years' time, and why?
I'm hoping it will be better, but I still have 3 doubts. First doubt is taxes. I think many of us know that high street shops are closing down, which means you're getting less business tax, so which means council tax is rising, and I think it's already at £12,000. So if it keeps on rising, less people would be likely to live here. The second thing I have a doubt about is recently housing has been made. I think 10,000 houses, and they're 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses. So I think we can all assume that most people who buy those houses are going to have families. That means there's going to be roughly around 40,000 people. And I'm not sure whether you will have the amenities to support them, such as daycares, nurseries, schools, shops, hospitals. And my third doubt is, I know that you recently spent £3 million on the Spanish city. I would like to know what you would do if, after a few months or a few years, no one decides to go there anymore.
Well, that's a whole range of new questions, and I'm not entirely sure that we have time to address them all. But clearly, you've thought this through very much so. We are an expanding borough. Houses are being built. That's going to obviously put a pressure on our services, but hopefully those services will be able to cope with it. We're coming towards the end of our session today. Does anybody have any other burning questions that they'd love to ask? This is a chance, like in the TV Question Time studio, you've got a panel of local worthies sat in front of you. It might not happen again. Is there something? Oh, we've got a question at the front.
Just asking like how young people get more involved in doing things that you do, and being able to speak like the opposite way around, like I'm going to sit where you're sitting and ask questions to others. Like, is there any opportunity for that to do?
So you'd like to sit on a panel
Like to be like
of young people.
So the opposite way around, like I would like adults in the audience to ask them questions about us.
That's a fantastic idea, and that's something perhaps that the participation team might well take forward. What a brilliant idea. It's high time that we sat on that side and we quizzed the young people and asked them what they really wanted. Although I think we found out today a lot of the things that you're interested in, but Norma's going to say a few final things.
No, I just want to say I think there are opportunities already. I think Vicky organises those, and I'm sure if she organises them, don't you make sure you're on that, in that position. Okay. I just want to say about the taxes. I'm not quite sure where you got the numbers from, but I don't think that was quite right. And I just want to say about the Spanish city, to be quite honest, it's extremely successful at the minute by the number of emails and cards and visits we have from all around the region. So we can only hope that it continues to do well and ensure that it does do well as best we can. To all of you, I have to say to you that we have the best young people in this borough from the region, out of the region. They're absolutely amazing. I meet with the young people regularly, to be quite honest, and Vicky will tell you, I've asked very shortly to go and meet all the young people on the council and have a conversation with them to find out what's important to them in the borough. So it is important. Your views are very, very important because you're the future. But I have to say that you are fantastic young people. You do us proud. And at the end of the day, I said to someone yesterday, when I listen to some of our young people, I don't particularly worry about the future of North Tyneside because we had those people there to step in our shoes and do us proud. Thanks for coming. The questions were absolutely, really mind-stretching, weren't they, to be quite honest. And sometimes I wish some of our councillors were as thought-provoking as that. Anyway, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you very much, Norma. I think you've stolen my thunder there, despite the fact that your voice is bearing up, and you've done very well. You've really sort of struggled through it. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for your questions. There's been some really thought-provoking questions there, some very timely and very of-the-moment questions, issues that we're all grappling with on this side of the table and on your side of the room as well. So I will ask you to put your hands together for Robin Fry, Karen Goldfinch, Peter Early, Norma Redfern, Heidi Douglas, Councillor Hodgson, Ed Hodgson, and Sergeant James Brady.
It's just to round up now and say thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the questions. Every year we get more and more questions in and it becomes more and more difficult to try and select them. We thank you to the panel and of course thank you to Adrian for once again. We create your app because you're now every single year in the big no choice. And there's just one last thing which we like to do at the end of every event. So I'd like to ask Megan to come down and join us, and if Adrian will come and join us as well. And it's just a little token to say thank you from us for taking part in this year's event again. And you have to go to the extension. More pictures. It's staying every year.
Goodness me, look at this. Wow, thank you very much.
Is that
I think
the
somebody's...
It is.
Thank you very much. Yes, every year every year they send me away with something to try and sort of bribe me to come back again. And they get bigger and bigger. So I'm going to have to build a new wall to put this one on. Thank you very much, everybody.